Hey guys, it's going to be a breastfeeding versus bottle feeding video. Just obviously I'm bottle feeding now, but I was breastfeeding, so I'm just going to talk about problems I had, um, how I found it, that sort of thing. I have already uploaded this video, but it only uploaded 8 minutes of it, and there was 11 minutes or something, which is annoying. Anyway, um, so breastfeeding is way easier than bottle feeding. Um, you don't have to go and prepare a bottle, wait for it to heat up or anything like that. It's already the right temperature. Um, it's right there, so right amount, all of that. You don't have to listen to them cry because they can just put them straight on, and they've got their food. Um, Also with bottles, obviously you have to sterilise it all. Well, wash it first, with warm water, warm soapy water, then sterilise it all, then boil the kettle, make up all the bottles, um, which takes time. And I'm the one who does that because Jake, he hasn't even done it once since I've gone on to bottles, which is nearly 2 weeks. I've told him how to do it, he just chooses not to. So, I suppose I could get him to wash up the stuff, but he's not very, he's reluctant to do that. But I'm going to try and get him to do it once at least, because I have to do it every single day, make up all the bottles, because he eats so much. So that's kind of annoying. That's the downside, that's the bit I don't like doing, is doing all of that. Um, but feeding him now is fine. Um, And with breastfeeding, they don't get as much wind. He got hardly any wind. I didn't even have to burp him, because if he did get wind, he'll bring it up himself. But with bottle feeding, he like holds onto the wind, and then obviously he gets bad reflux, so he pukes up like a whole bottle. He does this about once a day, once or twice a day, um, and it's projectile vomit as well. Um, and when he does that, he'll choke as well at the same time because he's got a bit of a cold. He's all mucousy as well. Um, So that's not good. Whereas with breastfeeding, I didn't get that at all. So I have given him Infocol, which just looks just in that packaging. You can use it from birth. It says to use within 28 days, though. I don't know why that is. I think I've only got a week left to use this now. I've only used it once, but he puked up um, loads after, so I thought it was that, but it's not because I've just given it to him and he's fine. Because he was fed not that long ago, and because I meant to give it to him before food. It's meant to help with like colic and griping pain, like stomach ache and stuff, and bringing up wind, obviously. And it did work straight away, so I do recommend this for bottle-fed babies, because they're the ones that get more wind. Um, I sat him up and he just did it himself straight away, which he doesn't normally do. He has got a bit of stomach ache at the moment. Yeah, so that's obviously problems that you get with bottle feeding, constipation, which he hasn't had, um, luckily. Obviously, wind, stomach ache, colic you could get. I don't want him to get that. Um, that's really horrible, or it sounds horrible. Loads of problems, which generally breastfed babies don't get. Obviously, it's a lot healthier to breastfeed, for loads of reasons. I'm not going to go into detail on that because everyone knows, really. Um, Cheaper. Um, I didn't realise how much formula I actually get through. I go through a big tub in a week. Between 5 and 7 days, I'll get through a big tub of Aptamil, because he's on 4 ounces, but I'm actually gonna have to put him on 5 ounces in the next couple of days because he is eating the whole lot. Um, and Mum was saying that it's better for them to leave a little bit rather than eat the whole lot, sort of thing, because then you don't know if they're full up, which is right because he used to go 3 hours, but recently he's been going less and making out he's hungry, sucking his fists and crying. Um, so I'm thinking he's probably still hungry after he eats. Not starving, but still a bit hungry. Um, and I'm thinking he might go longer if he has 5 ounces. So um, probably going to do that in the next couple of days, and then talk about it in the 4 week update. Um, anyway, back on track. So with breastfeeding, the problems I had was the pain. Um, I had cracked, bleeding nipples. This was about 5 days into it. Didn't happen straight away. Um, they looked really horrible. Really. Oh, the worst thing as well, the slightest touch kills. Literally, a bath, I'd hate having a bath because it hurts so much. I didn't want to get them in the water, so I couldn't lie down because the water, even though I had a lukewarm bath because I had stitches, so I couldn't really have a hot bath. Um, and the towel as well, I had to wrap it around me so slowly because the little brush of the towel would make me be in agony. It was that painful. They were that sore. Um, and I said to Jake, don't. Jake didn't even go near me because if he went to give me a hug, I was like, get away, because he accidentally nudged my nipple once, and I was just like, oh my god, that really hurt. Obviously, he didn't mean to, but it's horrible. The pain is just nasty. I didn't really get the pain of the full breast. It was just my nipples that were really sore. Um, but after day 5 was the worst. I don't know if that's happened to anyone else, but day 5 was the most painful, and then it started to improve. I did use nipple shields for a few days to let them recover because they were cracked and bleeding, and then I stopped using them, um, and it didn't really hurt as much. I wasn't in agony anymore, so I thought, oh, we're on the up now. But then obviously I developed thrush because he got it in his mouth, and that made it even worse. So I just decided that's enough. Plus, I wasn't enjoying it as well. It's not just a whole pain thing. I wasn't enjoying breastfeeding, and I think Kai sort of got that from me. The vibe off of me from not enjoying, because they can tell when you're like, angry or stressed, which changes their mood and stuff. So that's why I sort of stopped. That's the only pain I had really. And when your I mean, when your breasts, um, when it dries up, like the milk dries up, that's really weird as well. The first day that you don't breastfeed is really weird and it's really horrible because your nipples it just leaks and leaks. The milk just pours out. It literally soaked through my top, soaked my bed. There's a massive patch on my bed, and that lasted for about 2 days. And then it started to, fade away. It was just like little drips and stuff. It feels really weird as well. Your nipples sort of tingle. Um, it's really bizarre. But by day 5, it completely cleared up, I think. Um, there was nothing left. Um, so yeah. Trying to think what else with breastfeeding. The other thing was in public. I know, because in this country, people are so rude when it comes to breastfeeding in public. They give you evil looks, or some people just watch you, sit there and stare. Because I've seen people do it. Um, whereas I just walk past thinking, it's normal. There's people that just sit there and watch. It's like a bit bizarre, and I don't really like it. So that's why I didn't really go out. Um, because, or I timed it. So literally, I would only be able to go out after he just ate, because I know that I'd be hungry in the next 2 hours. So if I wanted to go anywhere for long periods of time, I couldn't do that. Um, so I wouldn't just breastfeed in public because you get such people. I don't like the idea of people just sitting there watching you. Um, I did try expressing as well, um, but that was just pointless because I've spent my whole life expressing already, and it's the point. But I know some people get on fine with it. But I think that's it covering breastfeeding and that. Can't really think what else. Um, I think that's it really. I didn't really have any other problems with it. The reason I knew I had thrush, I didn't. This is before that I noticed he had thrush because I thought it was just milk in his mouth to start with. Until it got worse because I got this shooting pain like across my breast, my right one, when I was feeding him, and also it would be really sore, obviously. Um, and that's actually a symptom of it. I didn't even know. I looked it up. Um, but then I noticed his tongue getting thicker with white stuff, which is how I knew that obviously it was thrush. But that was pretty horrible as well. That's quite painful. Um, but anyway, I'm happy with bottle feeding, and I don't feel guilty that I stopped. I mean, I wish I could have stayed on. So when I think about how easy it is, and when I watch videos of people 6 months or whatever into breastfeeding saying how good it is, and all the weight's just dropped off and everything, because it does. I lost loads of weight straight away. I don't know how much, but my stomach went really down straight away, just from breastfeeding. Um, I kind of wish I did stay at it, but I wasn't enjoying it, so I'd rather enjoy feeding him than not, because then it stays small for, long. I mean, he's going to be a month old soon. Um, that's why I stopped, want to enjoy what time I have. So yeah, I can't really think of anything else. If anyone has any questions about breastfeeding, like my experience and stuff like that, then I will be happy to answer them. Um, show you Kai quickly. He's sleeping. It's really peaceful. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll be doing a full week update on Kai, and then I'll do one on me. I'm thinking I'll do mine separate, um, like 4 week postpartum for me, and then a 4 week update on Kai. There's more to talk about with him, so I'll just do a quick one on me. But when I did the 3 weeks postpartum, I didn't really have a lot to say about me, but I have noticed or realised I've left out loads of stuff. Um, so I will do that. Um, but I won't be able to do the update until Monday, um, which means he'll be 4 weeks and 1 day because on the weekend I'm always doing stuff. So I would do it then. But that's it. So yeah.